Hello, everyone out there in Rumble X and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to talk about Eat, Pray, Love. That's right, Eat, Pray, Love, that abortion of a movie which influenced millions, if not billions, of women, especially Western women, all around the world into the virtues of feminism and selfishness and lack of accountability and all the other stuff. Okay, that feminists praise today, not all women, but feminists praise today. This is how you're supposed to live your life. You're supposed to be free, go do what you want, go have sex with as many people as you want. Your job comes first because your job provides you with the money that you need to do all this stuff, until, of course, you marry a rich man and then, he can pay for everything. Just go do you, go be you, go get yours, and don't worry about a relationship. Don't worry about finding a man or anything. When you're in your 40s and stuff, you can start looking for a guy and have a family and all that kind of stuff, because that's when you'll be ready for it. Okay, but in the meantime, you know what? Go out there, have fun, party, go to eat a lot of crappy food all over the world. Have lots of sex, and if you're married or something, just get divorced. Screw it. Like, he don't deserve you. He don't deserve you. He never did. Okay? You're a queen. You deserve a king. Okay? Even though you're 300 pounds. Oh, but the point is that, what you want is the most important thing. All right? Now, to be honest with you, ladies, okay, I have nothing against that idea per se. Okay? I mean, that's the kind of stuff, I tell guys, go get yours. What the hell are you doing getting married? Go out there, have some fun, get laid, make some money, and then start looking for someone to settle down with, someone who's younger, someone who's more attractive and stuff, because when we're in our 20s, that's not our sexual market high peak. Okay, mostly men in their 20s are still trying to make their way into the world. They've only been adults for a little while. They don't have a lot of money. They're in school. They're working odd end jobs, to make the bills. They got roommates. Things like that. I waited tables and stuff. It's not a career. Okay, they're not making the serious money yet. Okay, later on, they get more established in their 30s and stuff, their 40s. Now it's like, okay, now I'm making money. Now I can buy a house. Okay, now I'm driving the nice car. Okay, now I live in the luxury apartment. Now I've got things. Okay, that's when you're ready to find someone to settle down with. And since you've achieved this much over time, you deserve someone, that is going to keep up with you, someone who's going to take care of your kids, someone who's going to, you can look good with. All right? Sorry, it's true. And those women tend to be younger. Okay, they're going to be women like in their early 20s and stuff. Okay, because those are I'm sorry, ladies, but those are the most sexually attractive women, are the women in their early 20s. All right, and they're less jaded too. Okay, and they want that. Okay, women in their 20s. Well, you already know this, ladies, but for the guys that are watching, women in their 20s, they want a guy who's already established. Okay, they want a guy who's already taking care of stuff. Okay, he's already got his bills paid. Okay, he's already got he's got the 401k already. He's got health insurance. He's got all these things. Okay, he's taking care of the grown-up stuff. Okay. So women want that. A young, hot woman doesn't want to worry about making money. She wants a guy to take care of her, okay? And that's what she's going to be attracted to. That's what she's going to want, because she knows damn well if she screws this guy over for a younger stud or something, she's going to lose that guy, and she's got to weigh the out. What's more important, security or cheap flings? You see what I mean? That's why. Now that's the women can do that when they're young and beautiful. Okay, when they're older, like Julia Roberts is here. I think Julia Roberts is like in her 40s in this movie. Okay, when she gets to that age, it's a little more difficult. Okay, to secure a high value man. Okay, because right by that time, you've got so many miles in your odometer. Like, who the hell really wants? Who's going to pay top dollar for a used car? Nobody. Nobody's going to pay brand new prices for a used model. Okay, and that's the truth. I know you ladies don't want to hear that, okay? And no chick flick movie is going to tell you this. This movie sure is only going to tell you this, but it's freaking true. It's freaking true, okay? So, but these movies are here about female self-esteem, about empowering women. I'm so fucking sick and tired of hearing about empowering women. What about empowering men? When was the last time anyone put that out there? Okay? It's like the only acceptable men in Hollywood are the ones that are limp dick beta male soy boys who are fat and bald and stupid and cowards. Those are the only acceptable men. Those are the only men you ever see in these movies and TV shows. And I'm sick and tired of it. And this movie came out in 2010. And we got so many examples of how men are all wrong. The men are the flawed ones. The women are all perfect. It's the men that have the problem. Get the fuck out. That ain't real life. Even if you believe it, it's not fucking real life. There's enough accountability to go around. And yes, some of it belongs to you. Okay? But these movies aren't going to tell you that. They want you to live in this fantasy world where what you want is the most important thing in the goddamn world. Okay? That's not being a grown-up. That's not being an adult. That's being a fucking kid. That's like the fucking 20-year-old girl who reads the fucking romance novels and think that shit's gonna fucking happen to her. It's not. It's not. And neither is this piece of shit movie. But this movie inspired so many women to fucking just leave their husband, go to fucking Italy, go to Greece, go to Indonesia, okay, and just fuck around. You see what I mean? There's nothing good about that. It's just their responsibility. My God. Can you imagine if men did that? Y'all would freaking shit yourselves. You wanna know what the fuck to do. Here's a guy who's fucking providing you with all this shit, and then you fuck him over, he's gone. And now what do you do? Uh-oh. What am I doing? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? But it's okay. You know why? Because he decided that, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go around Europe, fuck as many hot girls as I can, eat a lot of fucking food. I'll visit the temple, I'll do a little praying and shit. I'm gonna do a lot of loving. You know? So fuck you, bitch. You're on your own. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine that was a rom-com. When a guy did that to his wife. Imagine that. Yeah, exactly. And he would be the hero. He'd be praying. Yeah, you go, guy. That's right. Guys, get it done. She don't deserve you. Right? Get the fuck out of here with that noise. And believe it or not, this movie is actually a sequel. Yes, it's a sequel. It's a sequel to Coyote Ugly. Okay? Coyote Fugly. Okay? Because the woman that wrote this fucking book wrote Coyote Ugly also, which they turned, I think it was an article, I think in the New York Times, and they turned it into a movie. You know, the one with Tyra Banks and stuff? Okay, yeah, that one. That one, yeah. Same author, Liz Gilbert, okay? Those are her experiences working at a bar while she was trying to make it as a journalist, okay? And then she met and fell in love with this fucking idiot. What's his name? Yes, he's an idiot because he married this dumbass bitch. Michael Cooper, okay? That was the hot stud in Coyote. I've never seen Coyote Ugly. I think I saw it once, a little bit of it once. I never followed the whole thing. So don't get me to review that, okay? I'm just guessing here, okay? But yeah, the love interest from Coyote Ugly, that's the guy that she ends up marrying, okay? And even though this movie doesn't say that, because I think it's two different companies on the movies, but the character that Billy Crudup plays, okay, he plays Steve, who is Liz's husband in this movie. He won't stick around very long, okay? But Billy Crudup plays her husband. That's supposed to be the guy that Liz fell in love with in Coyote Ugly. Okay, so basically this is a sequel, because Coyote Ugly was a true story based on her experiences trying to make it as a journalist and working at a fucking saloon. Okay, so Eat, Pray, Love is what happened to her after that. After she married that guy, what happened to her? She wasn't working in bars anymore, right? She was a writer now. She was a journalist, so to speak, okay? Writing bullshit, okay? You know, the whole Sex in the City thing, you know, hanging out with Candace Bushel, fucking a bunch of guys and writing about it and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, she was part of that crowd, okay? Part of that culture, that New York white entitled privilege, rich bitch fucking I'm better than you culture. And because I'm better than you, I'm gonna lecture all the women in the world on how they're supposed to act, how they're supposed to fuck, how they're supposed to dress, how they're supposed to eat, all that kind of shit, okay? That's her, okay? God put her on this earth to teach you how to be like her, okay? That's her purpose in life, okay? And that's what this is. Okay, this is the next step. Okay, so now she's married. She ain't fucking riding the cock carousel in the bars anymore with a bunch of other fucking AIDS infested bitches. Now, okay, she's married. And of course, what's the first thing? Oh, there's a reason they don't make sequels of chick flicks. You know why? Because nobody wants to see the part after you fall in love. Okay, you know why? Because it's fucking boring. Okay? Because now you're married to this fucker. And guess what? Okay? Relationships for women, for a lot of women here, I'm speaking in generalities, okay? But for a lot of women, and men too, I'll admit it, I fall in this category too. Okay, relationships are like, although for a guy, we don't need to have a relationship, we can just fuck them. Okay, but for a guy, and for a woman, okay, it's like a high. It's like a jolt of fucking heroin. Oh, it feels so good. You got the honeymoon phase, which usually lasts about 3 months. You know, you got the butterflies in your stomach. You're always thinking about each other. You got cute little nicknames for each other. You just met. It feels like it's right. It feels like it was meant to be. You know, you can't stop thinking about each other. You keep longing for each other. I can't wait to see you again. Blah, blah, blah. You know, when you hold each other and you see, you're like, oh, God. You know, you're fucking like rabbits. Okay, and everything is fucking great. Okay, you got the feels, you're happy. Okay, you're posting on social media, your fucking boyfriend, or, you know, all that shit. This is the one, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm so happy I met you. Oh my God, I can't believe we're finally together. You know, after 3 months, fuck that noise. Now he's fucking snoring. Now he's fucking immature. He told you couldn't go out with your girlfriends, okay, and pick up guys anymore on the weekends. Okay, so that means he's controlling. Okay, what do you call it? He told you he didn't like it, okay, when your guy friends at work were grabbing your ass, okay, and nuzzling your ear. So now he's jealous, you know, shit like that, okay? So now you can't fucking say, what did I see in this guy anyway? Oh my God. You know, this guy's a loser. What am I doing with him? I can do so much better than him. Oh my God. You know, you can't fucking stand him now. Okay, your feelings for him just fucking changed all of a sudden because he didn't end up being the fucking the guy on the fucking white horse that you thought he was when you first met him, and now you realize he's just a normal, ordinary fucking person, unlike you, because you're not an ordinary, normal fucking person. All right, no, you're a fucking queen boss bitch, right? Okay, you deserve only the best. Okay, so fuck this loser. Okay. But how do I do that without, like, you know, because, you know, most women are human. They have a conscience. I know it sucks. They actually, when they know they're doing something bad, there's something inside them that tells them, oh, this isn't the right thing. I shouldn't treat this guy this way. He didn't do anything to deserve it, okay? I'm going to be the scumbag if I do this. Oh, my God. Maybe I should work on the relationship. Maybe I should work on the marriage instead of just fucking bailing out. But maybe I should do something. No, but I can't, you know. Oh, but it's like I want to do what I want to do. I want to fuck around. I don't want to stay with this guy anymore. So what do? Okay, you fuck someone else. And then the feels that you used to have for your husband, now they've been transferred to this new guy, to Big Dick Richie, okay? Who's making you come like a fucking express train now. Now you realize that it's okay to leave your husband. You know why? Because this guy was the one. So technically it's not cheating, okay? Okay, you developed another relationship organically. It just happened. And now you realize that you were only with your husband so that God could bring you to this guy, to Big Dick Richie. Okay? He's the real love of your life. He's the one that makes you feel the way your husband used to, and your husband doesn't do that anymore. You know? So those vows that she said when she got married, you know, all that stuff she said in front of the priest and all that was all that, you know, she wasn't lying. You know why? When she said, I'd stay with you forever, I'll marry you, you know, till death do us part. Well, you see, she said that because she was in love with you when she said that, when she took those vows. But she's not in love with you anymore. So technically, she's not cheating. You see? You see how that works? Okay? Now she's in love with this other guy. So technically, if she were to stay with her husband, she would be cheating on her love with her husband, and that ain't right. See what I mean? That's the kind of logic that Elizabeth Gilbert gives us here, okay? That's how they justify everything. They justify shit, okay? They use euphemisms and stuff, okay? It's like, you know, when women, there's two ways to say something. For example, let's say if a woman's a fucking whore, okay? I mean, she likes to fuck around, all right? You could say that she's a slut, and that would be true. It'd be harsh, a lot of women would take offense. I'm sure some of you are pissed off that I even said that word, right? You know, I'm sure you are. Who the hell are you to judge me? Okay, you know, that kind of shit. I'm sure there is, right? You know, because that's very abrasive. It's very blunt. Okay, it's right to the fucking point. You're a fucking whore. You're a slut. Because that automatically means something. You know exactly what that means. And a lot of women consider that offensive. That's why they call each other that, you know? It's to hurt, you know, to insult each other. Okay, you see what I mean? Another thing you could say is she's exploring her sexuality. You see that? You know what that means? That means she's a fucking whore. It's just said in a nicer way. You see what I mean? It's in a nicer way. No one gets upset when someone says that. I was exploring my sexuality. You see what I mean? That sounds nice. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with exploring your sexuality. You see what I mean? There's nothing wrong, okay, with being a free spirit. You see what I mean? This is the shit that women do, okay, to justify their fucking behavior. They just change the words, okay, but we all know what it fucking means. You see, and that's what this movie does, okay? This woman, Liz Gilbert, is a piece of fucking shit. And I'm glad that today, in 2026, she's alone with a bunch of fucking cats. I'm glad for that, okay? Because this woman does not deserve to be in a fucking relationship. Because she don't know how to be in a fucking relationship. She doesn't know what it's like, okay, to fucking put her partner first. She has no idea what that's like, or what that means, or what that entitles. Okay, anybody can fucking get the feels. Anybody can get the butterflies, okay? That shit don't fucking last. And as pretty as you were in your fucking 20s, you don't fucking look like that anymore. Okay? So get over that. Okay? Love is about commitment. It's about sacrifice, yes. And yes, it's also about love. But love doesn't mean you just get the fucking good parts. You gotta take the whole thing. Love means fucking being 55, married for 20 years, and your wife gets diagnosed with fucking cancer. Now what are you gonna do? Well, I'm not fucking Julia Roberts. I'm out of here. Gotta jump ship. I ain't dealing with this shit. That's what she would do. She'd be going out there fucking getting laid. That's what a lot of people do. That's not fucking love. That's not love. Love is sacrificing yourself, and I don't understand why so many times in these fucking movies, it's always the guys that do that, not the women. Why? Why is that? I'm starting thinking right now that there's a Good Will Hunting, and I know that movie came out like 30 years ago, but if you remember Robin Williams' character in Good Will Hunting, okay, when his wife got diagnosed with cancer, dude, he was all over her, dude. You know? And when she finally passed away from her disease, it broke him. It fucking broke him so bad that he never dated anyone else again. He never dated anyone else again. That was the one for him. Okay? Okay, this guy wasn't, when she got diagnosed, he wasn't out there fucking every fucking undergraduate he could. No. So why is it that is something that's pushed on men? To be faithful to your wife, be loyal to you, devoted to your fucking spouse. But that is not something that these fucking chick flicks put on women. It's not. In fact, just for suggesting it. Just for suggesting that you should be fucking devoted and honest and loyal and faithful to your husband, just saying that is automatic misogyny. What the fuck? And this movie is one of the reasons that our society, our marriages are so fucked up today. All right. This movie starts off with a fucking narration from Julia fucking bitch Roberts. Yes, you know Julia Roberts. I've already reviewed Pretty Woman. I already reviewed My Best Friend's Gay Wedding, or My Gay Best Friend's Wedding, or My Gay Friend's Best Wedding, or whatever the fuck it was called. Like, I already reviewed it. Okay, so I know I'm pretty familiar with Julia fucking Roberts, okay? Queen of the fucking chick flicks from the 90s and the 2000s, okay? Now she's just old and shriveled up, okay, and a fucking cunt. Okay, doing movies with George Clooney that nobody watches. All right, and on streaming shows and stuff. Okay, but back in the day, she was a big deal. Okay, and she's a big fucking whore herself. Okay, I went through her dating history already. Fucking Dylan McDermott cheated on Kiefer Sutherland, cheated on Jason Patric, cheated on Lyle Lovett, cheated on Liam Liam Neeson, cheated. Oh no, she didn't cheat on him, but he was with Helen Mirren, so he cheated on his girlfriend, his living girlfriend, Helen Mirren, with Julia Roberts. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. And she cheated and the reason she slept with Liam Neeson is because in Hollywood, everyone knows he's got a big fucking dick. I'm not making that up. It's like a legend. It's Neeson season. Neeson season. Boom. That's what I heard. Okay, that's the rumor in Hollywood, right? And his wife, Vanessa Redgrave, his wife did pass away several years ago and stuff. Okay, and then he was screwing Pamela Anderson last year, whatever, and she looks like crap now. But the point is that Julia Roberts is known to fucking ride the cock carousel. Okay, so she's been with lots and lots of guys. All right, so she's perfect for this movie. Okay, a fucking unsatisfied middle-aged white fucking libtard feminist bitch. Yes, she's perfect casting for this. All right. So anyway, we get a narration. We're looking at a landscape scene of Bali, which is in Indonesia. Okay. So in there, we see a white woman on a bicycle in Bali, okay, out in the country and shit. And we get a narration from Julia Roberts' character, okay. Like I said, her name is Liz Gilbert, okay. And she writes about this psychologist friend that she has named Deborah, who gives a shit, okay, who works in Philadelphia. And all of a sudden, a bunch of Cambodian refugees arrived. Okay, H-1 visa type, They showed up, Cambodian refugees, and the city of Philadelphia asked Deborah, the psychologist, if they could offer these Cambodian refugees some counseling. Okay? Now, these are refugees, okay? They just, they survived a civil war in Cambodia. Okay? They've seen death. They've seen violence. They've seen people starve. They've seen disease. They've seen all these terrible, horrible things. They've seen torture. Okay, they survived all this stuff, okay? And so the city of Philadelphia, since, fucking H-1B visa, the taxpayers had have to fucking pay for them to give them free medical insurance and all that kind of stuff, all right? They're offering them counseling, okay, for the trauma they've gone through, okay? So they asked Deborah, it's Liz's friend, about it to do the counseling, okay? And while she's saying all this, while we see her on a bicycle, all right? Okay, in Bali, okay? And it turns out that all the Cambodian refugees, when they finally did meet with a counselor, okay, none of them wanted to talk about their horrible experiences in Cambodia, all the violence, the family members that they lost, or anything like that. They didn't want to talk about any of that stuff. All they wanted to talk about was fucking dating. Okay? All they wanted to talk about was dating. Okay, oh, well, when we were in the refugee camp, I met a boy there, but now he's married to someone else, but he still writes me, and I love him, and I don't know what to do. Shit like that, okay? Basically, chick flick shit. Okay, that's all that went. So basically, what the movie's doing is giving you an authoritative stance here. It's telling you, okay, that in this world is just like the real world, okay? Where all women want to talk about is who's fucking dating who, and who they should be dating, and who they have feelings for. Okay? So right there, that's telling you that's the most important thing in women's lives. Who's fucking who, and who am I going to be fucking? Okay? That's the most important. No matter what part of the world you're from, that's the thing that all women have in common. Okay? It's setting up the ground rules here. All right? So basically, this entire movie is about what Liz Gilbert believes dating is, what relationships are. Okay, this is her interpretation of that. Oh, and what they should be. Okay? And what they shouldn't be. Okay, that's what this entire movie's about. Okay, what does Liz Gilbert think about relationships? What's the right way to do it and what's the wrong way to do it? Okay, that's what this movie's all about. Okay, so she's there. Okay, she arrives to talk to the local toothless medicine man. Okay, she tells these people her name and all that. She's here to see the toothless medicine man. And by coincidence, the woman that she talks to at random speaks English. Wow, I thought they were in fucking Indonesia. Anyway, they find the guy, and guess what? That motherfucker speaks English too. Yes, he speaks English. Hello. How are you? See you later, alligator. According to your palm print here, you have several things that I see. You are married. You will be married twice. Once for a long time and once for a short time. And she's like, oh, well, which one am I in now? Because I'm married. Obviously, my husband's not here. I fucking came out to Bali all by myself. You see what I mean? So she's already a fucking around cunt. Okay? Anyway, she's there. The medicine man tells her this shit. And that's the English that he has. Okay? His English is understandable. She can understand everything he's fucking saying. Yeah, he's got a deep accent. But you can understand everything that he fucking says. Alright? So where the fuck did he learn English from out in the fucking BFE of fucking Indonesia? Because they're out in the country. They're not in a major city in Indonesia. They're out in the fucking country. Alright? So he tells her, you live a long time, you have many friends, many experiences, 2 marriages, 1 long, 9 years, 1 short, 3 years. Okay, but I'm getting ahead of myself. That's the facts. Okay? And you will lose all of your money. And she's like, so all that stuff about the marriage, am I in the long one or the short one? All this one just kind of like piques her curiosity. But when he tells her you will lose all your money, she's like, Now you've deflated the balloon. You can see her heart drop. So clearly, what was more important to her? The money. The money is the most important because it's the money that allows her to fucking leave New York, leave her husband behind, okay, and go fuck around in other countries while her husband is back home jerking off to gay porn. Okay, you see what I mean? It's the money that's the most important thing here. Okay? And this movie's telling you that without telling you that. Okay, just look at the look on her face when he tells her she's gonna be broke. You see what I mean? Because it's the money that provides her with all of her fantasies. You see what I mean? And her fantasies are the most important thing. Okay? So he tells her all this stuff. Okay, she'll lose all her money. Okay? But then he tells her, don't worry, because, in 10 months, you'll get it all back. You see what I mean? So she's like, oh, just like a breath of fresh air just came in the room. Like, oh my God, thank God. Okay, because that was the real struggle right there. This movie's not about love. It's about the fucking money. Okay? So that's going on here. Okay? He tells her that she'll come back to Bali. Okay, for 3 months, 3 or 4 months, you will eventually come back here. And when you do, you will teach me English. Even though he fucking speaks it just fine. Okay? He speaks it fucking well enough, and so does everyone else that fucking lives next to him there. He says, I do not have chance to practice my English with anybody. Dude, everyone that fucking lives there speaks fucking English. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, it's fucking Liz that can't be bothered to get a fucking Indonesian fucking dictionary and learn the fucking language. All right, so that's going on here. Okay, then he's, whatever. He says when she comes back, he's gonna teach her everything. Like give her some powers. Get the fuck out of here with this noise. And she takes everything he says to her. Like you can't just fucking go to a goddamn fucking Zoltar machine at the fucking museum and they'll read your fucking fortune too for like $2. So what the fuck is this shit? Okay, there's always Madame Gavry, okay, with the fucking the eyeball fucking sign, the psychic reader. You could just go there. What the fuck you gotta go to Indonesia for? To hear a bunch of bullshit. God damn, there's always Dionne Warwick on the fucking Psychic Friends hotline you could have called. And they'll give you a more specific fucking future that's just as valid as this one. I mean, what the fuck is this shit? Am I supposed to believe because you went to fucking Indonesia that this toothless motherfucker who speaks perfect fucking English out in the fucking country of fucking Bali, okay, can see the fucking future? He's got magical powers? Or is all this just an excuse to do whatever the fuck you want? All right. He gives her a fucking little Hindu poster. Okay? He tells her to stay grounded. That's why the character in the poster has like 4 legs. He's like, stay grounded. This will keep you on earth. Or some shit like that. Then he tells her basically to follow your heart, not your mind. Okay, listen to this. Don't listen to this. Okay? That way, you're doing what God wants. when you do this and not this, okay? In other words, your feelings are more important than logic or duty, okay? That's what he's telling her, okay? Well, basically, that's something that women do already, okay? Women tend to be more loyal to their feelings, not to their word, not to their logic. Do you understand? Okay? Women tend to feel like if it feels right, then I should do it. Not like, is it the smart thing to do? You see what I mean? Men tend to be more analytical, okay? Is this the smart thing to do? We tend to do that more. Of course, there's exceptions. I'm speaking in generalities here, okay? For example, if a guy is married to his wife, okay, of course he wants to cheat on her. Of course he sees women he's attracted to. And I'm sure a lot of them are better looking than his wife. Okay, and of course he fantasized about sleeping and having sex with some of these younger, more attractive women, of course, okay, but he doesn't do it. It's not because he doesn't want to, it's because he knows what would happen if he did. He knows what will happen if he did. Okay? So does the punishment outweigh the reward? You got to balance it out. Okay, there's what this wants to do, and then there's what this wants to do. Which one are you going to listen to? You see what I mean? Okay, that's what men tend to do. Okay, women, what does this is more important than this? Okay? So he's telling her, follow your heart, not your mind. Okay? If that was fucking true, then every fucking bitch in the goddamn world would be fucking married to a goddamn musician, a goddamn poet, a goddamn ice skater, or whatever the fuck. Okay? Whatever fucking drug addict is out there. Okay? Whatever dude is out there who's got 17 kids by fucking 15 different women, okay? That's who they're gonna fall in love with, okay? Because that's the guy that gives them the fucking feels, okay? As opposed to the guy that's actually gonna fucking provide for them, okay? And take care of them, and be loyal to them. You see what I mean? This movie's telling you, go with your feelings. Your feelings are always right. Bull fucking shit, your feelings have no fucking brains. That's just your fucking feelings. How many times have you felt like punching someone in the face? Did you do it? Of course not. Because your mind took over, you know what, if I do that, what's going to happen? Exactly. This movie's telling you, no, fuck what your mind says, do what your heart tells you. Well, your heart is always fucking changing. It's like when you're a fucking young girl, okay? When you're fucking young, you had the hots for fucking out or Justin Bieber or some shit. You're over here fucking fingering yourself to Justin Bieber when you're 14 years old. But now you're in your fucking 30s, and all of a sudden, it's like, okay, that was kind of a dumb crush I had back then. You see what I mean? Now it's all Glenn Powell. Oh God, I'm fucking Glenn Powell. Okay, you see what I mean? It changes. It changes. When you were 13, you were in love with Justin Bieber, but now you're not. Now you're in love with a different type of man. You see what I mean? Both feelings are valid. They just took place at different times. Okay, one was with more experience than the other. Okay? This movie's telling you, just go with your fucking feelings. Just go with the fucking feelings. Don't think about it. Your feelings are always going to stay the same. If they change, then fuck it. Change as well. Change your partner then too. It's okay. Because you're going to be young and pretty forever. And you're a queen. Get the fuck. Can you imagine if men did this shit? What the fuck? Oh, I take that back. Because there are some guys that do that. Can you imagine if male-dominated movies told men to do this shit? Can you imagine that? God damn. Anyway. And then the fucking little fucking midget fucking guy tells her, see ya later, alligator. Yeah, this is the guy that needs help with English. See ya later, alligator. This toothless motherfucker said that. And he needs help with English. All right. Let me tell you something right now here, okay? Life is about balance. It's not about going with your feelings, okay? Life is all about your feelings and your thoughts and your body, okay? In harmony, okay? Sometimes one takes precedent over the other, but one never completely takes over the other, okay? Because there's no way to fucking live. If you're all analytical, you're gonna end up like fucking Spock from Star Trek, okay? You're gonna think about everything and feel nothing. And nobody wants to be around a fucking robot. Okay? Okay? If your feelings take over everything, you're gonna be an emotional fucking wreck all the goddamn time. Okay? And nobody wants to be around a crybaby. Okay? A drama queen all the fucking time. Okay? Sometimes you just got to have some fucking stoicism. Sometimes you got to use your fucking brain. And just because it feels right doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Not everything in life feels like the right thing to do, although it is. You see what I mean? You know, it's like, you know, if you're a guy and you meet an attractive woman who's not your wife, and you feel an emotional connection with her, and you're physically attracted to her, and she gets you in a way that your wife doesn't or hasn't in a long time, and she wants to be with you, just because all that feels right doesn't make it the right thing to do. You see what I mean? That's the difference. This movie doesn't understand that. But that's real fucking life. All right, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back to continue my review of this piece of shit. Thank you very much for watching this long. I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.